Okay. Hi, y'all. Making sure everything was set. Oh, that's what I need, my TikTok. I was making sure everything was set up. That's the last platform I need. Oh, wait, it has a filter. Uh-oh. How do I get a filter on it? Hold on, wait. Let me exit out. I don't like filters on my face. I don't know, I always had this thing where, like, I don't... Ooh. Oh, Lord, what is that? We don't need to see that. Somebody getting dragged out the car. I always don't like to use filters because, like, what if somebody sees me in real life? So I like to look like myself as much as possible. I can't. Why is it a filter on here? I don't know what I did. Oopsies. It's like light skin. I mean, some will say I'm light skinned, but it's lighter than what I actually am. Okay. I don't know, child. That looks red. Okay, whatever. Hi. Yeah, that's a big reason why, like, I didn't ever get into the habit of doing. Well, one, I don't really like how, like, a face full of makeup looks on me sometimes, but I didn't get into the habit of that because I remember I was in high school and this girl, and I'm only saying this because really she was a bully anyway, but this girl, I'll never forget, she always used to wear makeup, and then she got on the bus one day without it, and we all thought she was sick, and I was like, nah, I'm not, I can't do it. You gotta see how I really look. Because I don't got time. I'll do lashes and mascara and eyeliner and all that stuff, but I don't want to do anything that changes my face too much. All right, let's see. You got to know what you're getting. You're not gonna be waking up next to me complaining. Okay, talking about or I got run to the store and I can't put something on. Oh, this must be the pen that don't work. Sorry, y'all. I wasn't ready to go live. I actually pressed it before I was ready. Hold on one second. I gotta get these cords out the way. Get my pen. Okay, so also really quick, we got the poll. I saw 5 people voted. So we have the poll for what videos to do later. I'll probably go live later tonight. I'm gonna see how my energy is because I need to go to the gym too. But so the options are love readings, career readings, what's blocking your intuition, and keep it general. So right now the intuition readings are number 1 at the moment. So that's in the lead, 60%. So I guess what, 3 people, because it's 5 votes, so it must have been 3 people voted for that. So, so make sure y'all check out the poll. It's on the post tab. Oh my gosh, my throat. I'm going to have to take like a whole week of not talking off, but that's okay. All right, so we're going to do, in this video, what we're going to do is the Sag bonus, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. The Sag reading did make sense. I did. I did experience a scenario where I did indeed not follow my intuition when I knew I was right. So that did kind of come to pass, but it's all good. So we're going to do a bonus because I kind of did rush through that reading anyway. And then we're going to do Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. I'm going to see how I feel here. I'm going to refresh the poll. And like throughout this video, as people join, I'll let them know to do the poll. And then I might like kind of start and go into that video. Or I might restart my live. I don't know. We'll see how I feel when I get to that point. I like the videos to be separate so people can actually find the different topics on their own and stuff like that. So y'all know I'm on multiple platforms. I'm on my YouTube, my TikTok, Kick, WAP. You can subscribe to my WAP to get personal readings. Sorry, y'all, my voice is still glitchy, but it's almost better. I don't know, it was fine, and then it just came back, started bothering me, so. But it's all good. What is this? Okay, I'll cross that bridge. I'll figure that out. All right, y'all, let me get started. Let me put my timestamp here. Thank y'all for the support. Thank you for watching, subscribing, following, all that good stuff. If you're on TikTok, we're also on YouTube and Kick. Let me pull this up too on Kick. I gotta monitor the chat because it's gonna be, it'd be some trolls in there. All right, Sagittarius, let's do a bonus for you. What is the energy surrounding my Sagittariuses here? What's the energy surrounding Sagittariuses? Okay, love. All right, so caring for yourself, caring for other people around you, and vice versa. All right. What role do you play here, Sagittarius? Okay, passion. All right, so you're just on the elements side. You're a fire sign. You be dealing with a water sign. There's something that you desire. Now, y'all are grown, so y'all can fit this into your life as you need to. If it's really, you know, you're attracted to somebody or something like that. But I feel like there's something in particular that you actually desire here. So let's see. You got passion. What do you desire for yourself in this moment? We're going to clarify what the love is. Okay, hustle. Okay, so I feel like you're trying to work on abundance, things like that, opportunities that you want to build. This could be like wanting to start a business or wanting to do like a side hustle, maybe wanting to have like a promotion at your job. You know, anything where you want abundance or an abundance of opportunities. So some of you may want to partner up with one person in particular. Just depends on if you already, you know, have a person like that in mind, depending on what you're trying to do. Okay, I see intuition there. All right. So let's see what the love part is. Or actually, let's see, what energy do you need to be in here, Sagittarius? What's the most important energy for you to be in? Okay, dominance. You did have that a couple of days ago. What's today's Wednesday? So I think on Monday the reading said dominance, but let's see. So what do you need to dominate or control here in order to get the abundance that you desire or the opportunity that you desire? Let's see. What do you need to control, dominate? All right. Well, intuition. All right. So that is okay. So that's basically a continuation of this morning. So I feel like you're on the right track if you know what you already desire. What are your instincts? What might block your intuition here? Because this is a situation, like, everybody is intuitive in my eyes. Like, I feel like everybody has their own intuition, but of course we're told certain things or we're taught certain things even as a child or whatever the situation may be that may make you question yourself. All right, so I feel like the things that you desire, you're not going to be able to question yourself in order to get them. You have to really tap into yourself and your own, you know, powers and things like that. So don't doubt yourself. Now, if it's dominance and intuition, this energy to me means your intuition is probably already pretty strong, or you already know when to trust yourself. You already know what good decisions you've made before. So it's just about not getting sidetracked. But what might block your intuition here? I guess we will end up doing those readings then. But what might block your intuition here, Sagittarius? Let's see. Okay, power. Okay, so this could be somebody outside of you, things that people have said before. All right, this could be messages outside of you. Intuition of High Priestess is also like our internal thoughts, quietness, keeping something to yourself, things like that. Got power, superstition, and fluidity. I'm gonna leave that there. What is the love part? What's the okay, who's doing something out of love? Because you didn't really pull that energy, but who's doing something out of love here? Okay, sexuality. Okay. So some of you, if you do want to partner up, you have sexuality here. That could be the person that you're working with. But I don't know what effect does love have in your reading here? Resistance. Okay, it causes resistance. What do you start to resist? Hopefully not your intuition, but what do you start to resist here? It causes resistance. Oh, innovation. So I feel like this is you then. If you're doing something out of love for other individuals, you're not really creating what you really need to create here. Okay, let me write that down real quick. I guess a way to look at this would be like, I don't know, maybe somebody wants a certain opportunity to come to them, a certain career path or whatever, and maybe out of love for another individual, you're like, no, I'm not going to do that yet. I'll focus on blah, 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 or I'll do this for a living. Those of you with children, you know, that's a common thing for women with children. It's like, okay, well, I got to make sure my kid is good, things like that. All right, so let's see. Let's get 8 cards. Hi, y'all. These are general, by the way. All right, so you have the Hermit, the Page of Wands, the Ten of Cups, the Fool, the Moon, the Nine of Pentacles, the Tower, and then the Two of Pentacles. Okay. So it's like, yeah, there's your wisdom with the Hermit, but then maybe you try to share it with other people, the Page of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. I'm sorry, the Page of Wands and the Ten of Cups. You're trying to share the knowledge with other people. Maybe you're trying to get confirmation or validation, like, hey, is this a good idea for me to do this? Or, you know, what do you think about this? I feel like in this moment, this is something that you'll have to just trust yourself on with intuition. Let's see what your energy is in these 8 cards here. Okay, determination, you're focused. All right, so what are you focused on? You are determined to have something focused on defiance and strength. So you're trying to break a cycle here. There's a repetitive cycle. You're like, no, I got to break that cycle. What's happening that's repetitive? I don't know if you're dealing with a Leo or not, but what's happening that's repetitive here? Okay, you have inspiration. Could be there's an Aquarius, resilience, and spirituality. So you keep getting inspired, but you don't really follow after what you want. Because remember, you came out as passion. So you know what you desire. You know what you want to put energy into and what you're trying to build. All right. What else is your intuition telling you to do here? And I'm going to see what the Hermit is, because it's like you already know something. You've already studied it. What is your intuition telling you to do? Vision. Okay. Observe or see. What do you need to see clearly here, Sagittarius? You have fluidity, potential, and let me get one more, and then luck. Okay. I feel like you need to see you don't see the full potential that something can grow into, okay? So if you're working on something, don't give up on it. This looks like to me also like you've already, if you're able to see it, I feel like you've already done this before. Like, what's a good example? I don't know. Like maybe somebody has like a side hustle and you've already been to like vendor shows or something like that, and you made a whole bunch of money at this vendor show. That showed you the potential of what your business could become. Or like even if you did like an online business and you have like your first customer or something, it's like, okay, well, you know, people are buying it or people support it. That's a good idea. So I feel like you have the potential to let something grow. Don't have like a short-sighted view as well. Like if you're trying to rush something or you want it to happen right away, give it some time to grow with the Wheel of Fortune. Now, of course, I'm not talking about something that's not fruitful, something that you don't see any results from. I'm not talking about something like that. Like this is something like you actually have been able to do this. You've experienced it already. You made money doing it. You've seen it before. So this is not something that's foreign to you. What else is the Hermit here? What else did you observe with the Hermit? All right, you got personality, courage, and rebellion. Okay. So that's definitely knowing yourself. I'm sure that's Sag energy. All right. What's the outcome here for you, Sagittarius? So you do have an opportunity. I feel like, too, there is an opportunity that outweighs another. Because you have the Nine of Pentacles, the Tower, the Two of Pentacles. Do not put, you did have love, so don't put like love before something else, or don't put other people's energy or what they need before what you need to be doing. Don't put that before yourself. Let's clarify the Tower real quick, because that's normally like something that's unexpected shifts, things like that. What is the norm here, or what did you expect, Sagittarius? Okay, you got style. All right, what's actually going to occur with the Tower? Personality again, and truth. So if you're expecting something to be done with a Cancer, that may not occur. Or like if you're getting any advice from a Cancer, this is more, I'm saying this in a very personable way because that's what I was doing. But if you're getting advice from a Cancer, you may not do that anymore. You know what else too that I used to point out when I had my channel up? Cancer energy to me always represents like a transitional period, right? So like when you meet a Cancer, they're kind of going to move you out of a trap mindset. You didn't really pull that right now. I don't know if you have like a really trap perspective, because I feel like you know that you have intuition, you know you can follow it and things like that. So I feel like you're out of that era where you don't see something in a closed-minded view. But I feel like they're like always the last piece of the puzzle. Like my daughter was a Cancer, so of course that's something that changed, my life or my perspective, especially like on dating and relationships. And then I remember, I think there was like somebody that was a Cancer. What else was it? Oh, and I had like a real estate agent. She was a Cancer. And after that, I was like, yeah, I got to move to Texas. Like, it's little things. It seems little, but it's like them showing up in your life is going to kind of change how you view something. Um, and then, like, my last scenario was with when I was learning day trading. The person I was learning from was a Cancer. And then I was like, wait, I can read the charts better than them, or I can kind of figure this out better than them. So I don't, it kind of changed my perspective on how I did day trading and things like that. So that could be the scenario that you're dealing with. It could be something similar to that. All right, but you could be expecting to learn from a Cancer or something like that. But let's see the truth about personality. What else is the truth about your own personality? And then we'll see the outcome. Yeah, intuition. That's what it is. I feel like this is something that's a part of you. Do not doubt yourself. This is literally like, you know what? I'll give you another example. When I do readings for y'all, and I'll be like, that doesn't even make sense. Later on, it always happens. I'll be like, oh, shit, that's what it meant. Like, it could be the wildest oh, thank you for the gift. It could be like the wildest combination of cards. And y'all see me all the time. I'll be like, that doesn't make any sense. And then later, I'm like, oh, that's what that meant. So it could be something like that. Like, I feel like you're going to realize, like, no, you're really right. You're okay. You can trust yourself. Now, this is easier said than done, y'all, okay? Because y'all know I've been reading cards forever, and it's still like you're going to have times where you're questioning yourself. That's life. Thank you for the compliment. I appreciate that. But yeah, it's easier said than done. But just all I want you to remember, Sag, you are not wrong. You have strong intuition. This is literally something that is ingrained in you. It'd be like, it's like your genetics or something. I don't know. Maybe maybe all the women in your family are very intuitive, but yeah, you can trust yourself. You're fine. That's literally what you're going to see. You're gonna be like, oh shit, okay, I knew how to do that all along. Okay. All right, so what's the outcome for you? Because that was just the Tower. What's the outcome for you here? And then we'll do Capricorn. Oh, once I explained it with the Cancer, that made sense. All right, what's the outcome for you? Okay, you got finesse and emotions. Okay, so I feel like if you're going to realize that you're intuitive, within yourself, plan for your emotions to be triggered. All right, you don't let that block your intuition, but I feel like something outside of you, because let's not forget we have love here. That was the center. So this could be a scenario where it's like, okay, that was trying to trigger my emotions. That was the intent, was to get me emotional or something like that. You got mood, emotion, style. There's connectivity. So, yeah. All right. Capricorn is next. Okay. Capricorn. What time is it? Oh. I forgot that the market closed at. I thought the market was still open. I was looking at that wrong. I was like, wait, what? Okay. Capricorn, if y'all just now joining, also please check out the poll so y'all can choose what readings we're going to do after this. If you're just now joining, what we're doing is a follow up from this morning. So my early signs, my Aries through, I did do a Sag reading, but Aries through like Scorpio, you guys' reading is up in my previous video. All right, so it's on my YouTube. It is already time stamped. You can just go automatically click, your sign. What else do I want to say about that? Oh, also check out the poll that is on my post tab, because that has like I'm sorry, I got sidetracked. I was listening to my daughter, make sure she was okay. I heard her making some noise. So the poll is for you guys to choose which video we're going to do or what topic we're going to discuss in the readings. So the options, we have love readings, general, career, or what is blocking my intuition readings. All right. So far, the readings that are in the lead are the intuition blocking readings. So that's what people put. Nobody selected love. So I feel like nobody's in love. Okay, we got some more votes. Yeah, the intuition readings are still in the lead. So make sure y'all put y'all vote in. Nobody, I guess everybody's waking up from the romance, huh? That is my least favorite readings to do. Only because I don't want to hurt people's feelings. So that is why I do not. Oh, you on TikTok. That's up on my YouTube, y'all. My YouTube is the same username. It's EeshUrHeartOut. All right, so YouTube, Kick, TikTok, and WAP. Those are my platforms. It's EeshUrHeartOut across the board. The poll is on my YouTube on the post tab. So yes, make sure y'all put y'all vote there. But yeah, love readings, I don't like doing them because I have to be honest and people don't want honesty. So unless you really, really need a love reading, don't vote for that. No, I'm just playing. But all right, let me change this. Vote for whatever you want to. You have free will. I'll do them. If the love readings win, I'll do it. All right, Capricorns. You said give you the honesty. I don't know, girl. Or sir, I don't know. Cool breeze. I can't see a picture, but I don't know if y'all want the honesty from me. I'm kind of mean. I'm trying to be nicer. I went through a phase where I was too nice, then I turned too mean. All right, Capricorns. What's the scenario for my Capricorns here? What's the scenario for the Capricorns? Okay, we got resistance. Okay. All right, what's being resisted here? You said you need honesty. Yeah, Capricorns. Y'all could deal with that. Yeah. I have a lot of Capricorn. I'm Sag and Capricorn, so that combination is pretty rude. All right, what's being resisted here, Capricorns? What are we resisting? Peace. Okay, so first of all, don't try to force yourself to stay awake. Peace is like literally resting yourself, calming down. You're like, no, I don't want to rest. Okay, I don't know if this is you. This could be somebody else, but that's what we're resisting is peace. Okay. Now, with resistance, that's like an energy where you have to try not to sleep or you have to try not to rest. So if you feel like, like tonight, if you're sleepy and you're like, no, I got to do this, that, and the third, try your best to rest. That's easier said than done because this is real life. And I know that everybody has stuff going on, but yeah. All right. So what role do you play here, Capricorn? Okay, order. So you're organizing something, you're planning something, you're being more strategic. This can be budgeting, getting things in order in your home. All right. So while you're organizing or planning here or budgeting, let's see what you need to consider. Let's see. What do you need to consider here? Okay, skill. Okay, so first of all, if you're dealing with a Libra, you need to consider a Libra if you have a Libra around you. Also, you need to consider the causes and effects of something, right? So if you are planning something, make sure you're like, okay, say it's a budget, right? You're like, okay, well, if I put money over here, I need to consider this over here. I'm also getting to, this is a card of like accuracy. All right, so you want to make sure something's really accurate at one point. Like if you are budgeting, be as accurate as possible. Like don't for think about, like if you're budgeting, don't forget, okay, that Apple payment is going to come out, or the Netflix payment is going to come out, or something like that. But try to be as accurate as possible. But again, like I said, if you do know a Libra, that is the person that you need to consider. Um, Depending on what you guys do for a living, I don't know what you plan or organize, but consider, like couples or relationships, or consider how one thing relates to the other. The reason I'm saying that is Libra is relationships. So that's why I'm saying that. It's diplomacy and things like that. Let's see. All right. What other energy should you be in here while doing this, Capricorns? And then we'll get the cards. Okay, hustle. Yeah. So I feel like this is like, could be partnerships. Also, remember abundance. Like if you're organizing or planning something with your own skill set, just make sure that you consider that that your work is valuable. So whatever this is, I wouldn't do it for free. Okay. Okay, yeah, mystery, resistance, and fight. I'm also getting too, if I wouldn't argue with people. Don't get distracted, and don't argue or fight with people. It's no need to challenge people in this scenario if you're trying to do something with that involves, like, I don't know, customers, co-workers, clients. Don't argue and things like that, because right now you have resisting peace. All right, let's see. I'm also getting to, if you're trying to save or make more money, people in that position there, the secret behind it, because we got mystery. The secret behind it is they are able to resist distractions. That could be anything that distracts you, right? Like maybe it's not a good time for you to go out, party, whatever, something like that. All right, so let's get 8 cards. Let's see. If you're just now joining, guys, these are general, so I'm not ignoring the questions. You can subscribe to the WAP for personal questions, y'all. All right, let's see. Also, y'all can do the $5 Cash App questions. I always forget to kind of tell people that. All right, let's do the 8 cards here. That's why you catch me live and stuff. Okay, so the 8 of Swords is here. If resisting peace is the root of it, I feel like it's hard for you not to think about something. All right, maybe you always had to think about it. You always had to consider this. This may come from like a trap perspective also, of like maybe you feel like you always have to work very hard, or like you can't take a break. Okay, there's the High Priestess, the Ace of Wands, the 9 of Wands. All right, so Sagittarius, their personality came out as the High Priestess right there. I don't think that offends you. Okay, we got the Strength card, the Ace of Pentacles, the 4 of Wands. Okay, the Temperance. Okay. Why is it's such heavy Sagittarius energy in your reading? You guys may have a Sag placement like Moon, Mercury. But okay, excuse me. So somebody is following their intuition. Don't let something offend you. With the 9 of Wands here, I feel like too, I mentioned this, I'm going to explain this because the Sagittarius reading that I did, I think yesterday, their advice was self-esteem. They were supposed to be the only one. They were supposed to be left out because everybody else was assimilating, or everybody else was doing something like everyone else instead of doing it their own way. And they're the only person that was supposed to do something a certain way. Their intuition was telling them to do it differently. All right, so that could be what's coming out here. Another major card here you have is Leo as well. So you got the Strength card. Okay, let's see what intuition is telling you to do here. What is your intuition telling you to do here, Capricorns? Okay, Sagittarius, if you're wondering, if you're new here, I'm a Sag. So maybe your advice is either to work with a Sag or watch these readings later or something like that. I don't know. Because you have the Temperance right here. Another thing too, if this is for you, have patience. All right, so try to calm yourself down. The temperance is literally like pacing yourself, calming your emotions. Also, because what you were supposed to consider is skill, this is something that's logical. All right, so the temperance always has like water here. She's kind of like managing the water, managing the emotions. She has one foot on land and one foot on water. So it's just like you still, you're mindful of your emotions, but you're being grounded and realistic. So just be as logical with that energy as possible, or remain as patient as possible. All right, let's see what the Eight of Swords is really quick. What might be the trap mindset? Now, if your intuition, I'm going to say this, if your intuition is saying that you should, something about the temperance, Sagittarius, if there's two people, if you're comparing a Leo and a Sagittarius, I wouldn't take advice from the Leo just yet, but we're going to clarify what that energy is. All right. Let's see. So what is the strength card real quick? Okay, pride. Yeah, so that, okay. So this is within yourself. Leo literally rules pride and ego. I want to show y'all this real quick, because this is for anybody that wants to read their own tarot. This is how you see how those look similar, even though it's completely different decks. So when you start to read I don't know why I'm throwing this out there, but if you ever start to read your own cards and you have multiple decks and you want to confirm something, you will see like the cards will start to match up. All right, so you will see that. So just to reiterate. So yeah. So don't let your pride get in the way. Try to have patience. Try to remember other people. Be diplomatic. Try to remain peaceful in a scenario. Don't, try not to fight, argue. Let's see what else here. What is the opportunity in the Ace of Pentacles for you? Oh, okay. Intuition again. Yeah, the High Priestess. All right. Well, if you're a new Capricorn here, I guess the readings may help you a lot. Like if you're worried about anything, I do readings every day. I don't know, like maybe you need to know that, but I do readings every day. So if you need any more guidance on anything, you're good. But again, you guys may have Sagittarius placements. You guys are right after Sag. So I will go ahead and watch the Sag reading. They came out literally part of their personality was intuition. If it's not me and you know another Sagittarius in your life, they are correct. Listen to them. So if you got like a Sag cousin, friend, sister, brother, whatever, listen to them today or tomorrow. All right, you need to listen to whatever they're telling you. Let's see what the Eight of Swords is real quick. What is the trap perspective? Okay, rebellion. So if you are observing a Sagittarius, you may view them as like rebellious, or this person within themselves, because they have to trust themselves, they may feel like they're doing something going against the grain or being rebellious, but in reality, they're following intuition. Um, that could be something similar for you too. Like if you're doing something in the next few days and you feel like, man, like this is off a little bit, or like everybody else does this, that's okay. You're supposed to be doing it differently. All right, let's clarify the Nine of Wands. And the reason I want to clarify this is because this can make you feel left out, isolated, different. And that's why you have rebellion here. But what might trigger the Nine of Wands here? It looks like if there's a Leo, that they might get triggered because of intuition. But what's the Nine of Wands here? Okay, healing. What is the issue? Leadership. Okay, what is it being healed into now? If this is a Sag around you, or if this is yourself, maybe they were listening to other people. They're going to realize that they should not, follow other people. They should follow their own intuition. Now, when I say that, guys, I'm not saying that other people will never give you good advice. Like I've learned a lot from people. I do not think I know everything in the world, but you do have to still incorporate what you've learned from other people, and then, do it on your own too. Like you can't just follow somebody blindly all the time. All right. Nobody has like all the answers. All right. So let's see what is going to be healed into with leadership here. Okay. Defense. Okay. What's going to be blocked out? I feel like we repetitively listen to other people. Yeah, we got vision. Oh, intuition. Somebody might be mad that okay, vision, instinct, and innovation. So there might be another individual around you. If you have Sag placements, like say you're a Sag moon and you're with a Leo moon, or if you're a Sag rising and you're with a Leo rising, they may not like that you're actually following your intuition. You're going to intuitively know how to create something. So, yeah. Okay. What other energy should you be in here, Capricorns? And let's see the outcome for you. Okay, guidance. So either being guided by your own instincts. All right. So sit with when I talk about following your intuition, this can be like maybe you studied something already, you've experienced it already. Sit with yourself, make your own decision, think things through, do the pros and cons, something like that. Because I know a lot of times people be like, well, what does that mean? But child, I couldn't tell you. I don't know. But all right, but guidance here. If you have another Sagittarius around you, just be open to listening, learning, things like that. What else do you want to be guided to do? And then we'll see the outcome here. Okay, you got voice and ambition. All right, so you may want to ask about your career. You may want to talk about like your career, your finances, something like that. All right, that's what you're going to be guided to do. Yeah, spirituality transition. All right, what's the outcome here for you, Capricorns? And then we're going to do Aquarius. I was going to say that really weird. All right, change, versatility, voice, and personality. All right. So, yeah, I wasn't expecting so much Sag energy to come out there, but I have like a lot of Capricorn in my birth chart. So y'all might be the same way. You might have, some planets in Sagittarius or something. My entire birth chart is Sagittarius and Capricorn. I don't think I have anything else in it. I'm trying to think. I don't think I got anything else. All right, Aquarius is next. Again, if you just now joined, make sure y'all do the poll on my post, on my post page. Let's see if anybody else voted. Okay, we got some more votes. Oh, somebody slipped the love in there. It's like the intuition readings are still in the lead. All right, so let's see. Also, we will switch them up. We won't, I'll switch it up. I could do the intuition readings, and the next day do career, next day do love, things like that. I like to switch it up. All right, Aquarius. If y'all want personal readings, y'all can subscribe to the WAP link. It's in my TikTok bio and my YouTube description. Hey there, I'm not ignoring y'all. Welcome, y'all. All right, what's the center of the reading for Aquarius? Okay, mystery. Okay, so some sort of secret. All right, so maybe you want to know the secret behind something. I gotta do a juice cleanse, y'all. That's one thing. When I moved, I had to get rid of everything. I don't have my juicer. All right, anyway. Center of your reading is mystery, a secret. Maybe you're wondering what a secret is. Maybe you feel like something's hidden. But I'm going to get your energy first, because if this is you and you needed to actually keep a secret, whenever I do those readings, I try my best not to, say what y'all got to keep a secret, because people are nosy and they will watch your reading. All right, so what role do you play here, Aquarius? What role do you play here? Okay, transition. So you're changing. You could be like literally traveling, going from one place to the other, moving. Maybe it's like a promotion, changing jobs, but we'll see what the transition is. This could also be a mental transition. All right, what's your starting point, Aquarius? Okay, hustle. All right, so that was what Sagittarius had desired. That's what they wanted to work on or build, was this Excuse me, y'all. Abundance. All right. What are you transitioning to here? So maybe you've already manifested that self. Oh, okay. Spirituality. All right. So I feel like you're kind of going in the flip side. Like maybe you have money and you're going to be more spiritual, because you can have a lot of money and not, I guess, not have like a spiritual grounding or something like that. So you could also be changing a spiritual belief system. Maybe there was like, because this can also represent family, like the Ten of Pentacles is what this card is. So there could be like a family tradition and you're changing your belief systems. Okay. Okay. All right. We're going to figure out what mystery is. What energy should you be in here, Aquarius? I was going to say my Aquarius for a name. All right. What energy should you be in here, Aquarius? Humor. All right. So, excuse me. You need to see the irony in something. You need to laugh, enjoy something. Something is funny. All right. What's ironic here? I'm also getting you need to be surrounded by a community of people, possibly with humor. But what else is funny or ironic? Self-esteem. Okay, so personality and knowledge. All right, so I just said that. That came out in the Sag reading. That's ironic. That it could be funny that there's one individual that knows something, but another individual is insecure about it. Or it could be the same person. Like how I mentioned, when I do readings, I question the readings and then later I'm like, oh no, that made sense. Or like people will tell me that the reading makes sense, but I'm questioning it. It could be something like that that's ironic. And this could happen within yourself or something like that. But let's see what mystery is then. So we're going to get the center of this is there is a secret or the mystery behind something. All right, so let's see. And I wanted to clarify your energy to make sure that you did not need to keep a secret. All right, so I feel like you're going from being more in the material world to the more spiritual element with spirituality. I'm also getting to, if your transition, you may have, like somebody else may have been in this money mindset and like your presence could inspire them to become more spiritual. It just depends. All right, let's see. So what's mystery? What's hidden here? Okay, resistance. Okay, what's being resisted? Excuse me. What's being resisted? Defiance. Okay. So I feel like the mystery behind something is somebody's trying not to break the rules or trying not to be disrespectful. If you're wondering what's going on, like why does so-and-so act like that or why is that going on, they're resisting being either hateful, jealous, or disrespectful. They're like, no, I don't want to break the rules or I don't want to be disloyal or something like that. Okay, so what's the rule here that somebody doesn't want to break or what they don't want to go against? Fight. So normally I feel like everybody else fights or everybody gets distracted or there's like a conflict that everybody has to deal with, or normally people fight about this. What? What is somebody doing instead with resistance? Okay, passion. Maybe it's a Sagittarius. So this is the thing. Everybody else gets distracted or everybody else fights or argues. Because that's the norm. This person's like, I don't really want to do that. I don't want to argue. So maybe, okay, if you're wondering, okay, well, why don't they argue, fight, challenge me? Why don't they say something? They're like, nah, I'm not going to do that. Everybody else fights about that or everybody else argues about that. Everybody else gets conflicted. I'm not doing that. So I'm assuming channeling their energy here somewhere else. Here you go right here. So this is your card, Aquarius. This person that's resisting arguing with you, or I feel like they're resisting arguing with you, but that's the rule though. That's what's supposed to happen. Like that's the norm. Because if somebody's resisting defiance, they either feel like fighting with you would be defiant, that would be disrespectful, or they feel like everybody challenges you, or normally in this scenario, whatever this scenario is, normally we would be challenging each other or something like that. They would be challenging you. So instead, they have passion, and then your card, perspective and luck. They either desire to view something how you view it, or they want you to have a certain perspective on opportunities. They want you to change how you view your opportunities with luck. All right, let's keep clarifying. So what's your current perspective, Aquarius? Mood. Okay, yeah, that's why your advice is humor. So maybe you view something in a bad way, or maybe you have negative thinking, or you should fantasize more, or like think more outside the box. Or maybe you see the negative in something. Like right now you view something as mood, as a regret, a loss, sadness. All right, with humor, what would be your new perspective here? Okay, leadership. Leadership, power, sexuality, connectivity. That's where this mindset comes, is from somebody else. So if you're viewing something as negative, or you have a negative standpoint in it, it's because it came from someone else. So the rule, this is what I'm saying. Like if the norm is like fighting and arguing, or like something negative, you have a person that doesn't want to do that, or they're resisting doing that because they want you to view an opportunity as different, or see the good in something. All right. Excuse me, y'all. After this video, I'm gonna take a little break and I'll come back and do the other one. I am gonna come back today. So make sure y'all follow and subscribe. Turn on a notification. What time is 3:30? I'll probably be done with this at 4, and then I'm gonna get some tea and stuff, and I'll be back at like maybe 4:30, 5 o'clock. Probably 4:30-ish. I don't need that long of a break. All right, let's see. Let's get 8 cards. Let's get 8 cards here. Okay, you got the 7 of Pentacles, the Death card. Could be dealing with a Scorpio. 2 of Pentacles, the 6 of Pentacles. Okay. Okay, the Justice. Something is going backwards because you're going from Scorpio to Libra, but we'll clarify. You could be dealing with a Libra. You got the Sun card, Ace of Cups, the Fool. Okay, so I feel like if you're looking back at a major change, a shift, you could be dealing with a Scorpio. There could have been an actual maybe, I don't want to say that, but it is a Death card, but there's a major change or a shift here. I'm also getting to something about spending money. It's almost like you putting money into something is going to cause you, with the Justice, to see something like in a lighthearted manner. There could be another way too, like sometimes in some scenarios when you're putting, like when you're trying to be cheaper, you end up spending more money. I don't know why I'm getting that. Like if you would just put the money into something, you would feel more at ease. Like if you're wondering what option to take, get the more expensive option. And when I say more expensive, that means you can afford it. I'm not telling you to go, I do not believe in that whole you gotta let your money go and fly. I'm not telling you to do that. This is a scenario where you can afford the better option. I'm getting to like reverting backwards, like childlike energy, because you're going from Scorpio, Libra, Leo. All right, so backwards, like something you need to revert maybe back to, maybe there's something you used to do when you were younger. What's the scenario before the Death card here? I'm going to see what this change is. All right, you got style. All All right, I just mentioned in the Sag reading that Cancers represent like a transitional phase for me. That's what I've noticed. You may be dealing with the same energy. This is the Cancer card. All right, what did this turn into here with the Two of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles? Okay, self-love. What caused this change? And then we're going to see what this causes as justice. What caused this change? Seeing the truth. Literally, seeing the truth about a Cancer. Okay, or seeing the truth about the way that people do things on their own, doing their own thing, things like that. That could be self-love. What else does this cause here? What's the result with justice? Passion. So this is what somebody is doing. What truth do they see here? Okay, courage. Yeah, courage and hustle. So you started out, don't forget, you started out as hustle. You started out as abundance here. Now you're transitioning to spirituality. All right. I will say also, like, somebody could have had a Cancer around them and that gave them the courage to feel more abundant. Like, okay, this was a good idea. I made this good decision. I feel like there has to be courage to have abundance. Or you can't be afraid to do that. All right. What other energy should you be here with humor? What might you enjoy here, Aquarius? Yeah, you got personality, knowledge, and voice. Yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, there could be even like information that you have here, information that you know how to share. Go ahead and share that. All right, what's the outcome for you? Yeah, you got confidence, vision. Okay, defense and fluidity. All right, so literally somebody is like, okay, that's blocking. Somebody could be thinking that something also blocks cash flow. I feel like too, they're like, no, I don't have to experiment anymore. Somebody with personality and knowledge, they've already learned something, they've experienced it. There's nothing else that you have to experiment with. It's okay to stay there. What does somebody have knowledge about here? Because that's what you're going to see. They already know what to do. Okay, respect. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They know that typically that's what's more respected is fighting or arguing. That's a weird, I don't know why that would be the rule. I don't know what that is, but that's the norm though. So they're channeling their passions to do something different. They're like, I'm not about to fight for that, or I'm not going to argue about that. They just channel that energy. Interesting. Okay, that was Aquarius. Okay, my voice is better now, so we should be okay. My voice is clearing up, so we should be good for the next video. Let's see. Oh, Pisces is last but not least in this video because I'm just continuing what I did earlier this morning. But like I said, I will be back. If you're just now joining, vote on the poll, y'all. It's on my YouTube if you're on TikTok. Let me see. Okay, we're still at the same. All right, what's blocking your intuition is still in the lead. Oh, let me write my timestamp. All right, Pisces. All right, let's see. What is the scenario for the Pisces here? What's the energy for my Pisces? Okay, sexuality. It could be you and the opposite sex, you and another person that you're partnered up with, any type of, sexual energy. But if it's not that, this is also my Gemini card, which is ruled by Mercury. So it could be decision-making, thoughts, things like that. All right, what role do you play here, Pisces? Oh, defiance. Okay. Are you what somebody is resisting? Because somebody's resisting defiance, and that's the secret behind something. So You're coming out as defiance. That's kind of like my Five of Swords energy. And it doesn't, sometimes you are supposed to be in this energy. You're supposed to like not listen or not pay attention to something. But let's see, what are you going against? You're like going against the rules, the norm. Now, sometimes I do want to, hopefully it's not jealousy. It could be jealousy or envy. I'm just pulling the cards. Don't get mad at me. But let's see. Let's see. What are you going against here? Humor. What are you doing to the Aquarius? That's what the Aquarius is supposed to do. So if the Aquarius is laughing, having fun, you hate that. You're mad about that. If the rule is to take something as a joke, you're like, I don't take that as a joke. That's not funny to me. If there's like a community of people, you do not get along with this community at all. Like, okay, what do you want to do instead? Or like people, that's interesting because Pisces rules humor. Pisces is like the energy where we're dreaming and like illusions and fantasies and indulgences. That's what Pisces rules. Okay, so what are you doing instead, Pisces? You like, I don't find shit funny or it's like I just play it. What let's see, what role do you play here, Pisces? I mean, I'm sorry, what are you doing instead? Yeah, ambition. You're like, no, I don't want to have fun. I want to work. Like, that's literally what it is. Everybody else is taking something as a joke. You're like, no, this is professional. I want to work. Everybody else is going out drinking. You're like, nah, that's not funny to me. You're like, no. Okay. All right, you want to work. Okay. All right, what other energy should you be in? Nothing wrong with that. That's I ain't gonna tell you not to. What other energy should you be in here, Pisces? Okay, potential. You know what else I will say though? Another way to read that, like if you don't believe, like you don't want to envision something or you don't want to fantasize about something, you're continuing to build on the same thing. So it could be an energy where you're like, no, I don't want to think outside the box. I just want to be realistic. I'm going to build on this. But so you should see the potential in something. Okay. The potential in what? And then we'll see what it has a potential to become. All right. So the potential in what here? Mystery. What? So in the Aquarius reading, Aquarius, there was a secret, or maybe they were wondering why, or wondering why something was occurring. There is a person who's resisting you. That's what you, I guess, gotta know. What is, okay, what does something have the potential to become here? Knowledge. Okay. Because so basically if you're confused about something or you don't know, you're able to learn from it. Or if something is a secret, somebody will find out. If that's what you're wondering, if there's something's a secret, they will find out. They'll figure it out. If you're confused about anything, they will get the information. What information is hidden? Interesting. You got voice and guidance. Okay. So what? Are you hiding that you're listening to somebody, or somebody is paying attention? They're listening. This is almost like somebody's listening in. Okay. What is somebody discussing here with voice? Fight. Somebody's like, that's a distraction, or that this is tied together. This looks like a chain reaction. If you're connected to an Aquarius, it's like somebody's like, I don't want to fight with that Pisces. I don't want to compete with that Pisces. I don't. And that's what you're going to find out. Okay, let's get 8 cards. I feel like it looks like a chain reaction here. They're like, I don't want to challenge that. I don't feel like challenging that. Okay, there is a High Priestess. I don't feel like discussing that. I feel like there could be something that's a distraction about you, or... All right, let's see. Are the Pisces with an Aquarius or something? All right, let's get 8 cards. Let's see. Got the 2 of Swords, the Knight of Cups, the Ace of Wands, the Knight of Swords. It's almost like somebody being nice or kind that inspires somebody to be mean or angry or like rush. It's like an argument. Okay, you got the 3 of Wands. There's the World card. The Hierophant and then the Moon. There's your secret. There's the mystery is the Moon. Once something's over, you're going to realize that was the secret behind something. It's like, no, I don't want to fight or compete. I'm also getting to, if you think something's a secret, you're able to figure it out. I don't know what will be hidden, but what's going to end here? What came to an end here with the World card? Power. I feel like this is combined. I'm getting that kind of energy. Just because this is what comes out. It's like one person's being nice or approaching somebody kindly, taking their time, considering emotions. I feel like this is like rushing in, and then all of a sudden it's over. What had power over someone? Or who is this? Oh, your ambition. You're not going to be able to, I don't know if you're yelling at somebody, if you fussing, because this is you. Somebody may not listen to you anymore, or I don't think you're going to be able to like yell at somebody or be rude to somebody or something like that. What did you have power over here? It's like you end that, or even if you're repetitively telling somebody something, if it's that simple, you're like, I'm not going to keep telling you, I'm not going to keep discussing this, or... All right, what did they have power over? It's like you have power over somebody or something. Possibly a Libra. You got skill, courage, and healing. So it could be a Libra, but if it's not that, I'm also getting you repetitively doing this that causes somebody to stop this pattern. So if you constantly have power over somebody, or if this is like... Because let's not forget, we pulled fight and defiance. So if you're arguing with somebody, yelling at them, fussing at them, being like real assertive, that's what comes to an end. That's going to have somebody to give the courage to heal that energy. They're like, wait, let me stop letting people yell at me or have control over me or power over me. Yeah, see, perspective, determination, and knowledge. So somebody, whatever you're doing currently, somebody's like, okay, I'm going to use that as... It like changes what somebody wants to learn. They start to focus on studying something else. And unfortunately, it just looks like you have power over somebody. It could be a Libra. I don't know. You said you never yelled at nobody. You ain't never yelled at nobody in your entire life. That's what we gonna act like today. We gonna act like everybody don't yell at somebody. Let's see. Y'all, please don't take offense, okay? It's general. If you never yelled at anybody in your entire life, or you never had power or control over anybody else, I don't know. All right, so let's see. What's the new cycle here? Yeah, strength, passion. We got inspiration and respect again. I feel like somebody's going to demand respect here. It could be a Leo, Aquarius, because we did pull Aquarius with humor. So it could be a Leo, Aquarius polarity or something like that. So people will demand respect in a scenario. Yeah. All right. What other energy should you be in here, Pisces? Defense. What are you going to block out here? Resistance. Okay, resisting what? Voice. Yeah, that's what it is. You're gonna, okay, somebody's gonna be forced to speak up, because this is what I'm getting. I feel like with mystery and voice, somebody's like hiding what they say. They don't say it around you. Somebody, they're basically like, you're like, no, stop resisting what you got to say. Like, say what you got to say what's on your mind. They may go to other people for advice or say something to other people, but yeah, defense again. I feel like somebody's going to have to tell you no. It looks like it's a chain reaction. What's the outcome for you? Okay, mood. Yeah, I mean, you don't want to have fun. You don't want humor. That is what Aquarius was already doing. They're in mood. So, oh, mood change and humor. Yeah, so if this is an Aquarius, if you're dealing with an Aquarius, or if it's like a group of people, it's like you hate that somebody has fun. Okay, that's going to change. They're going to go out and have fun, or they're going to go out and dream for themselves, or yeah, their emotions are going to shift. All right, y'all. I will be back. I'll be back. Subscribe, turn on some notifications, things like that. I'm gonna give me some water, some tea. Make sure my voice feels like it's a little better. I'm gonna give it a second, but let me check make sure y'all vote on the poll if you did not. All right, so we got some other votes. The blocking intuition readings are still in the lead. I'll give you like maybe 30 more minutes or something like that. So real quick, we got the blocking intuition readings are what's blocking your intuition is number one. Career readings are in the second place, and general readings are in third place. And looks like only one person wants to know about love. So there's only one romantic. There's only one romantic person in the group. But make sure y'all vote in a poll, and I will be back. And then because we went, we might go backwards because I like to switch the order. So Pisces may be first again. All right, because this morning I did Aries do Pisces, so I like to go backwards. All right, y'all, BRB. Get y'all a snack, quick intermission, get yourselves together. I'll be back.